Hello, this is the initial boot screen of a new-ish NES game called From Below. I guess you call it a homebrew. It's a free game you can download from itch.io by Matt Hewson, and he got artists to help him with the presentation of it, but he's the programmer and the designer. Matt Hewson is a veteran game industry programmer. He worked at EA Sports. He's currently at Microsoft working on Gears of War games. And it really shows, his programming experience really shows in this. It's a really smooth game. I guess he's just got a thing for NES games, and he's taken to making his own NES games in his spare time, so that's pretty cool. And it's a Tetris game. It's got some sweet music too. So this is the main menu, and it's not the best main menu. Like I was playing it for a while in the default mode, which is the timed mode, and I started thinking, man, I wish you could just play this in classic Tetris style too. And I didn't realize until I was reading the itch.io page that, oh, you can. It's one of the modes. Because you have to... I mean, it seems stupid, like I should have come down to mode, but I don't know. I think if you want people to see all your modes, you've gotta list them out right there on the main screen or something. You can't hide it like that. It's too subtle for an idiot like myself. So there are 3 modes. I think fixed is the default. Timed is like fixed, except, well, it'll be easier if I just show you timed. Actually, I think I'll show you classic mode first. And you can set the starting difficulty level, essentially. So there's this hold, or drop, or whatever it is, I don't know. The initial is tap. I'm not really actually sure what the difference between tap and hold is, and the manual that you can download, the PDF manual, does not bother to explain, and I can't see a difference. Or you can turn it off. Turning it off is more like classic NES Tetris, but I'll show you what the default tap does. So let's do classic mode real quick. I think I'm just going to show you a bit of classic, and then I'll come back to it later, probably. Okay, so it's a basic Tetris-style game. You're rotating a block. You can rotate it with the A and B buttons. I'm running this, by the way, in the brand new Mesen 2 emulator, which seems pretty nice so far. So you're just, at this point, you're just playing Tetris. Oh, except so I have tap on, so if I tap up, it does an instant drop of the block, basically. And, which is, you know, a newfangled thing. They didn't have that in NES Tetris or Game Boy Tetris, which is what I grew up with, and which is what I think of as Tetris, so I'm not really into the tap thing. So, if you saw that, though, that's something nice about this game, which is that it doesn't flash when you make a Tetris. NES Tetris flashes. It's kind of strobes, and I do not... My old eyeballs now do not like strobing effects, so this game does not have that strobing, and that means it's kind of awesome. It also just plays really smooth. It's so smooth, there's nothing really standing in between you and just the basic addictive Tetris style of play. The other thing that I was, initially thinking, well, it's not going to have the Tetris music, so it can't be as good, right? But it's actually, the music is good. It's good music. What can you say? I can't fault the music. I don't know what. So I just get sucked into just keeping on playing this darn thing. there's gotta be a smart way to do this. That's not gonna work. Oh heck, that was stupid. I found out about this game I was listening to episode 155 of the Two Dudes and a NES podcast. They pronounce it NES, so, and that's how they spell A-NES. Otherwise it would be N-E-S, I suppose. Anyway, I was listening to that, and episode 155, they had Matt Hewson. Did I say his name right before? It's Matt Hewson, not Hughes. Matt Hewson, he's Canadian. Whatever that has to do with it. And they had him on as a guest because he's a NES fan, and they were talking about the game Mighty Final Fight, which is a Capcom beat 'em up for the NES. But first they talked about this game of From Below, which is the game he was working on in his whatever spare time a game industry programmer has at the time. And so I was like, wait, what? There's a free NES Tetris game I can download and play in the emulator of my choice. So of course I rushed out and downloaded it from the itch.io page, and that's why I'm playing it right now, because it's pretty sweet. Now, one thing that sort of bothered me at first was that, like what's with these weird patterns on the blocks? Why doesn't he use more colors or something? It's not as sort of tasty and colorful as the NES Tetris, which has beautiful block colors. But, I've kind of from playing that, I've kind of gotten over that. It just plays so smooth anyway. Who can worry about colors when it's just so nice anyway? I don't know. It would be nice to have nice colors, but like this color palette, like he does stuff with a lot of like yellows and oranges combined with greens and blues or something. It's kind of like, and like this, now we're in this sort of dull seaweed purple thing. I mean, who thought that was a good color palette? I don't know, but it's not horrible. It's a little. See, so he's got a video on his YouTube channel, which is at Matt Hewson here on YouTube. I will link to that in the description below the video. I'm not going to link directly to this video because, ironically, even though one of the things I really like about this game is that it does not have flashing and strobing effects for the most part. The video he made about graphic effects on the NES does have these silly scene transitions with like lens flare effects and stuff interposed, over the rest of it. So that I'm not going to link to that because it made my eyeballs hurt a little. But you can find it. It's like the most popular video on his channel, I think. And it's a good video because he goes into detail about programming tricks you can do with the NES and how to get results out of it doing fancy stuff. And he explained how the NES uses color palettes, and it's very limited in terms of the number of colors you can use and where you can use them. So if I understood his video correctly, what he's doing here is he's changing the color palettes and he's changing the background color that's used across the whole screen. So you see like the background colors change along with the blocks. And he's only used, like 4 colors on the blocks, and he's got this very colorful background image. And so that's taking up a lot of the color space that he's allowed. And I can't help thinking, especially at first, I couldn't help thinking that I kind of wish he had just had a less colorful background and been able to use more colors on the blocks themselves, But, I don't know. It's still certainly a playable game, even if I don't personally love all the colors. Oh, so that's just as well. So, I always have to remember which is B and which is A. How I set this up. I think they're always backwards, right? Like an NES pad. So I hit the one on the left to quit. Okay. So that was just to show you what classic mode was like. And actually, I forgot I had tapped on. I wasn't using that. Actually, I want to show you hold because I don't understand what the difference is. So here we are in hold mode, right? So if I tap up, it still drops instantly. So if I hold up, it drops instantly, and then, so I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. I thought at first that it would be, you know, putting a block into a separate window where it would hold a piece for you, like a lot of later Tetris games do, but I guess that's not what hold means. It sounds like it means you would hold an input to drop a block, but anyway, I don't know what it does. I'm too much of a Tetris noob to. I wish you could like get back to the main menu just by, like, I don't know, hitting all four. Oh, you can. Okay, I just hit all four buttons. I didn't manage to do that before. I hit all four buttons, it gets back to the menu. Okay, good. So I'm going to set this to off. Okay, so let's try the actual from below game mode, which is timed. I think. What's the other one? Fixed? Yeah, I think timed is the default. Oops. So this is where the kraken, whose head you see. Oh, I was tapping, wasn't I? So I got used to tapping, and I was trying to tap up there. Maybe I should keep it on tap. You know, in other games, I have not historically liked tap because mostly because I screw up. I'm always tapping and dropping from a height, and then I realize that I've missed, and the whole, you know, my block is in the wrong spot, and it's just all gone to heck. But I was actually liking that tap, I guess, because I was just using it unconsciously, wasn't I? I thought I wasn't using it, but I must have been, because now it feels awkward to have to... Okay, so when I complete this, it's going to be a Tetris, it's going to zap that kraken tentacle there, that rather phallic-looking kraken tentacle, and cause it to retract. Because while the tentacle is there, it's pushing up a column of blocks and, you know, screwing up my attempts to get Tetrises and so forth. That's basically what this variant of Tetris is all about. It's that kraken will be shoving a column of blocks upwards. And you have to deal with that. Now, on the itch.io page, he says something about there's a... hang on a second, I got something in my throat. Arg. He says there's a... And it's hard to understand from the diagram he has there, but you hit select to like attack the tentacle or something and cause it to retract. But I've tried hitting select, or the button I have on my arcade stick that I mapped to select, and it doesn't... I think I did. Let me check this. I hope this doesn't screw up what you're seeing here. Input, NES, setup. Again, this is the Mesen 2.0, the new Mesen emulator, which is the 2.0 version. Yeah, I did set it to a joystick button, and I think I know which one it is. But I haven't been able to get it to do anything. Well, I'll try it when the next tentacle arrives, I guess. Dang it. That wasn't too brilliant, was it? I guess it worked out. Okay, so here comes a tentacle. Or tentacle. That was kind of interesting. I think I got the Tetris right as the tentacle started shoving. Oh, see, the tentacle can also complete rows by shoving the blocks up. And sometimes it can even zap itself by doing that. See, it just zapped itself, so I didn't do anything. I didn't hit the select button or anything. It just zapped itself. I think that's kind of cool. Got this kind of banjo music almost. Oh, I don't want to do that, but I do want to do it. Oh, shoot. Ah. That's kind of screwed up. Well, there was the piece I should have. Oh no, I screwed that up. I'm not good at Tetris. Very bad at Tetris. Like that. That's not a pro move. That's not a pro move. That's definitely not a pro move. I did find a in the Two Dudes in a NES podcast, Matt Hewson was talking about the development, some of his development process on this game, and he was saying that he I didn't want to do that either. He got in touch with, or they got in touch with him, I forget, with the like hardcore Tetris players community, and or some people, and they started kind of helping him test the game and giving him feedback and stuff. And he said they helped him out a lot, just, you know, getting the really hardcore aspects of the game down, and, you know, finding out exactly how things should move and feel and spin. And I think that kind of shows. I should have put that over there. What am I doing? Because it just plays so smooth. It just plays exactly like you would want. Well, I've screwed everything up. How do I keep doing so badly? Okay, wait. So I hit select and wait a second. Hitting select was causing him to push the blocks up, it seemed like. Yeah, if I hit select, it makes him push upward. Oh. Well, do those block things? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. So it pushes stone up. There's nothing else there. Can I drop this on it? Oh, didn't time it right. So yeah, pushing select makes it go up. So I guess you could move it into your strike zone if you were going to make a match higher up the board, or, you know, clear a line higher up the board. But at the cost of getting all that stone up there. Like, I've pretty much hosed the lower half of my board. I wonder how you clear the stone. Does it just clear if the rest of the line is full? I guess it must. Oh, cool. So I'm kind of tempted. I was liking that hold, but I don't know. Now I'm conflicted because I'm gonna, like, I've been playing classic style Tetris in Tetris Effect, and that. Oh wait, no, I think that does have a you know, instant drop you can enable. I think I turned it off, but also I'm planning on getting Game Boy Tetris. I'm playing that via Super Game Boy cartridge in a analog Super NT, and Game Boy does not have an instant drop, that's for sure. Why did I do that? So if I get spoiled for instant drop, then I will end up being frustrated with Game Boy Tetris, and I don't want to be frustrated with Game Boy Tetris. So I could control the tentacle to have it shove that column of blocks up if I wanted. If it would do something useful for me. But right now I can't think of anything that would do that would be useful. Heck. Oops. Oh, thanks, Tentacle. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wow, I only reached level 2. So anyway, do not hold select and cause the tentacles to shove a bunch of stone upwards. Let's go back here. So fixed is similar to that, but so with timed mode, the tentacle comes along and pushes upward on the basis of time passing. On fixed mode, the tentacle moves based on each block you drop. So you can take however long you want. The tentacle won't move until you drop a block, and then it moves upward 1 unit. So it means fixed means like fixed movement speed or fixed turn speed or something for the tentacle. So like the faster you drop blocks, the faster the tentacle is actually shoving junk up your screen. That's actually worse for you at the lower speed levels of the game, because it's just, you know, that's more junk coming at you. But I suppose in the later levels of the screen it would, or of the game, it would be better because the blocks would be going relatively faster and so forth. I don't know. But right now it's totally hosing me. Is it going to give me any I-beams here or what? Oh, it finally did. So does it... Yeah, it clears the stone, of course. Okay. One thing that I guess is nice about this mode is that it can't end up shoving a block up right when you're bringing a block down. It, you know, won't shove a column up just as you're about to bring a block down and screw up, you know, what you were doing. Oh, what am I doing? Oh no. Oh wow, huh. It's not really ideal what I've got going on here. In fact, it's getting really bad. This is real bad. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. Tentacle got me. Well, there's no points to be had now, so yeah, just shove more blocks up if you want, Mr. Tentacle. I'm really bad at that mode. I'm not paying enough attention. There's this whole, you know, there's this additional thing going on that you gotta pay attention to. So that was the tentacle action. From below is basically Tetris with a tentacle. Now let's do classic Tetris, but I want to try it with tap, dropping blocks, I guess. Oops. Oh wait, see, now I don't have to... But see, I'm gonna get spoiled, I can't... Oh no. Well, that's not good. See, eventually I'm gonna miss one of those drops, and I'm gonna be really mad at hold, or at whatever, at instant drop, because I'll blame it for my stupid mistake. Oh no. Well, I still don't have what. Well, no. See, that's why I can't play with this instant drop. Instantly hose myself. It is sort of miraculous that he didn't feel tempted, as every other retro game designer these days seems to be, to put in all kinds of dumb flashing effects. Like when you drop a block or complete a line clear, or especially a Tetris, he didn't do it. So thank you very much for not flashing stuff in my face. There is a flash when you get game over, I think, but it's no biggie. Also, when the palette switches suddenly across the whole screen, that sometimes that kind of slightly irritates my eyeballs. But I guess I was thinking I was going to make that a major complaint, but then I was playing today and it was like, wait, that's not really bothering me. So I guess it's not a problem, which is good. I should probably learn to rotate both directions. See, like, that's a little jarring on the old eyeballs, but I don't think it's going to give me a migraine or anything. This fiddling music, it's pretty intense, though. No. Gosh dang. Oh no. Instant drop, I did it to myself. Oh, I can wedge this in there, can't I? Yeah, and then I can wedge this in there. It's almost like I never screwed up. Except that my blocks are all goofy. Not sure what makes for better viewing. Does instant drop make for better viewing? I mean, you can't really see what happens. It's just instant. Like when I watch actual, like, really good play. Oh, there, see? Oh, no. See, that's where I just despair, because eventually I will completely hose myself with instant drops. But when I watch, like, professional level Tetris players, or even anywhere near professional level Tetris players playing, I just can't even see anything. It's just because they're just dropping blocks instantly. And that's kind of why I like watching, like, the Tetris I find watchable is the classic Tetris where they do have to move the blocks down manually, and so you can actually see them moving blocks, as opposed to, Tetris the Grandmaster style instant drop stuff where you can't even see. It's just You just see stuff accumulating in a pile magically. Can't see what's putting it there, it's too fast. But it is smooth until I screw up. It feels good until I screw up. And I can see how people, once they had that ability, would not want to go back to not having it because it makes not having it feel very slow. You know, slow down and smell the blocks. Maybe is what we should do. Oh no. Yeah. Oh my, like this pink. Like why sometimes you get monochrome blocks and I'm not sure why he would do that. I mean, this ain't Game Boy Tetris. Or is it? Oh shoot. Oh, well, now it's even more like Game Boy Tetris. I used the other rotate button. Look at me. Oh. Really? Level 8, uncomfortably fast for me. Oh no. It begins. Man, I haven't been back down to the bottom of the screen in forever. Oh. I saw it too late. Oh, that was... That's too fast. I can't see what's going on. Garg. Ooh. Tetris, I mean, this just plays so addictive. Just, it's pure addictive Tetris. Why did I do that? Oh. Oh. Going just one way. Okay. Well. 42,900. Well, I was going to say I don't think there's a high score table, but yeah. I guess that's just how it goes. So let's, so that was with tap on. What if I turn instant drop off? Oops. So now I'm going to miss tapping to instant drop. But I won't hose myself like I did several times. I didn't do it too badly. It wasn't instant drop that hosed me at the end. Of course, it doesn't tend to be because by then you're so close to the blocks you're dropping onto that you can't really misread it easily. Well, this sucks. Oh well. I was trying to tap to drop. I'm still trying to tap to drop. But see there, I would have missed that. I should have just put that down the right side. See, you were on monochrome again, but, you know, you're so intent on the actual playing that you don't, I guess after a while you don't really notice that kind of thing. I mean, it is kind of satisfying, the action of having an instant drop that just goes for a Tetris immediately. It's just like this thunder dunk. That sucked. I should have just put that down the far right lane. See, now we're on this weird orange and gray. I mean, come on. Who thought that was a good idea? I wonder if he must be using some kind of algorithm to generate the color schemes like NES Tetris does. Seems like a guy who likes to do programming tricks like him would be doing something algorithmic for the color anyway. Rather than having, you know, pre-programmed set, having programmed out all the RGB. That would take a lot of space anyway. I mean, that's why you would do it algorithmically on something like a Game Boy. Or even an NES. He, is it on the itch.io page? He talks about, he made this game to play like it's a original NES game that didn't have any kind of memory expansion or anything, so it's just using the original 40K that NES games at the beginning had. So that's kind of impressive, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I know what 40K is in terms of like file size and stuff, but in terms of program size, I don't really know. I'm not a programmer. And thank goodness. I mean, you know, obviously, it's like if I was a programmer, I could make my own games, but then I'd just be doing that. That's all I'd be doing. I'd be completely obsessed over it. I know myself, and I would be super obsessed. Actually, I have done that because I learned enough to be dangerous messing around with Angband code, for instance. And I got super obsessed with modding Angband for a weekend or two. Oh god. I gotta get out of this little scrape I'm in here. Like this color scheme, it's too dark. This one's too dark. Let the record show. It's too dark. This one's at least easier to read, even if it's kind of gross colors. And I suppose part of, part of the reason for probably the weird colors is that he's also using them to, he has to try to color the castle and all that stuff. He has to color the kraken using, this fairly small color palette, or palettes. And so yeah, I don't know. If it had been me, which is a stupid thing to say because I can't make my own game, I think in a perfect world, I would have opted for a less colorful version of the background. Like, I guess if you wanted to have a nice image, you could show it at first as kind of a splash, and then when you get to actual play, just switch to like a low color version of it. Because you don't, having colors surrounding the game board or the play area doesn't actually help you in any way while you're playing, And it actually is harder on the eyes when the whole screen switches a palette. Oh. Wow, this is a real pickle. Shoot. Okay. Oh, not good. Oh, very not good. Oh, no. Oh, well. Wow, I did very... Well, I guess I didn't do that. I wasn't that far behind my score, really. We got the pink castle. So yeah, the colors are a little weird. But, sometimes. Actually, well, kind of all the time. Yeah, he definitely paid more attention color-wise to the castle and the landscape than to the blocks themselves, which is kind of backwards priority if you ask me, but it plays real smooth anyway. I think I set the options in the emulator here so that it does allow, it reduces flicker and allows more sprites on a line than the actual hardware would do, but I don't think that's required for this game. I think I think I was playing it briefly at first without those settings and I didn't notice flicker. And of course he did put out an actual cartridge run of this that I guess works on actual NES, consoles or something. It's kind of impressive that like the Tetris company or whatever let him do that, but anyway, that's cool. He's now, from what I can see on the Matt Hewson channel on YouTube, his next NES game he's making is pretty much a straight up Super Mario Brothers clone. So, man, he is not afraid to take on the big boys. Anyway, but this has been from below. I think this is from 2020. Is that what the splash screen said? Oh, there it shows my high score down at the bottom there. That's nice. So yeah, just a really smooth playing Tetris game, and with tentacles. I mean, the tentacle thing is interesting. I'm still not. I keep hitting. See, here I hit X, but that kicks you back to the start. You have to hit start. I'm not. That's how a lot of NES games worked. I'm not really used to that though. It's been a long time since I played on an actual NES. The whole tentacle thing, I don't know. It's definitely a twist. I don't know, but it makes me angry when it's messing me up, of course, which is what it's there to do. I think it's funny when it completes lines on itself. See, when you're going for a Tetris, that leaves the tentacle to its own devices for a long time, and it's pushing up these huge columns, and it's like, arg. Okay, we'll get it now. Hang on a sec, I got a silly alarm going on. Okay. So yeah, the whole tentacle thing, I don't know. I think I would get a little tired of it eventually, I suppose. But it basically adds randomness, more randomness, and another thing you have to deal with. Sweet. Complete more lines for me, Mr. Tentacle. What? He's just not going to give me an I-beam. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, what? I thought that was going to complete something. Why? What? I'm an idiot. So yeah, the tentacle, not my favorite thing, I guess, because it punishes you for going for Tetrises, or at least for being slow about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just so hard to improve upon the classic Tetris formula to me. I don't know. Anything else is kind of a gimmick and distraction, which obviously it's a gimmick. Everybody knew it's a gimmick. I'm sure he knew it was a gimmick when he was making it, but I suppose if he had just done a straight classic mode Tetris, that might have felt a little too please sue me type of thing, Even though he didn't release it for money, although I think he charged money for the physical release, but maybe he just charged for his costs. I don't know. I think he was doing it through eBay. He said he was gonna do it through eBay. So yeah, just totally addictive Tetris action if you take the tentacle out. Not that, who doesn't like a little tentacle here and there? Just, you don't always want tentacle. Tentacle is best in limited doses, I think. That's how I feel about it anyway. Oh, give me a square. I don't know. I shouldn't have done that. Great. Wow, no squares, no I-beams. Oh, I should have stuck that in down. Oh. Oh. I mean, you definitely feel it when you go up a level. It shocks the whole palette across the whole screen. Oh man, am I gonna have this music on the brain? That started out as a question, but it ended up as a statement. Even this weird banjo part. Oh no, how could I do it? I'm not on instant drop and I still missed. Oh no. Well, it got messy. I chickened out. Sheesh. Oh. Beam. Uh-oh. Okay, I gotta clean this up. That worked out well. I didn't even have to do anything really hard. So now, I guess the question is, do I keep playing this game, or am I going to want to keep playing the classic mode in Tetris Effect? They've kind of both got their strengths and weaknesses, like the colors and probably the music are more to my liking in Tetris Effect, I think, in the classic mode. But I like the blocks here are just about the right size. Like in Tetris Effect, you play on this really tiny play field. It's annoying. So there's that. And also I like how, even though the colors here aren't my favorite in terms of palette, they're at least full intensity, whereas the blocks in Tetris Effect are for some reason kind of faded or sort of subdued in their colors, except for like the active block or something. I don't know, it's weird. Oh, jeez. Oh no, that's where I stopped paying attention. Oh, I thought I was being slick by rotating the other way and I screwed it up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh heck. Yeah. Oh, 61,000. Hey, I got a higher score. Cool on me. Alright, well, in fact, I think I'm going to go play some of Tetris Effect just to compare back to back on how I feel about it. But yeah, it's really satisfying to play a sort of a classic low-res game like this that plays so smooth. It's really something just really satisfying about this resolution and everything, you know? And the 8-bit music and all that. And it doesn't have stupid strobing effects like actual NES Tetris has. So that's sweet. Alright, so yeah, that's From Below. It's Tetris with Tentacles, or One Tentacle. And you can get it for free on itch.io. I will have the link to its page in the description below the video. I'll have a link to the designer, programmer Matt Hewson's YouTube channel. You can see what he's working on now. He's working on this, you know, like I said, Super Mario Brothers clone, another NES game. I mean, he's making another NES game. And, yeah. So anyway, From Below, pretty cool. You can't beat Free, and, he hasn't been given a cease and desist by the Tetris company yet, so that's good. So get it while it's there. But it's been there for 2 years, so it doesn't seem like they're going to come after him. Nintendo, for that Super Mario game, who knows? But anyway, that's it for me on this game for the moment. Thanks for watching. See ya.